What's up, YouTube? It's Kevin here again for another episode of Crash Cultural Revolution. Today we'll be focusing on a woman that most people know next to nothing about. And no, before you ask, she's not my mom, she's not my girlfriend, or anyone you've likely met, seeing as she's been dead over 100 years. Her name was Anne Marie Reeves Jarvis. Anne was born in Virginia in 1832, and for the most part had a fairly normal and kind of unremarkable childhood. It wasn't until she married that events unfolded in her life to set her on the course to becoming one of the most remarkable women in U.S. history. Over the span of about 17 years, Anne bore a remarkable 13 children, but sadly, as was all too common for the mid-19th century, only 4 survived past childhood. It was these tragic losses that inspired Anne to become a social activist who sought to rally support among women in order to start campaigns advocating for better health and sanitary conditions. Her newly formed activist clubs provided assistance and education to families in hopes of reducing infant mortality rates. In addition, the clubs also raised money to support women with children who were suffering from various diseases like typhoid or tuberculosis, as well as promoting the inspection of perishable food items long before the U.S. ever had commissions to do so. But what might be the most remarkable thing about Anne Marie Reeves Jarvis is the bold step she took when the American Civil War broke out. Unlike most social advocacy groups at the time, which only lent support and help to one side during the conflict, Anne Jarvis's Mother's Day work clubs stayed neutral and endeavored to help as many of the injured as they could. Despite personal beliefs, Anne saw the intrinsic human worth that all people have and sacrificially sought to help anyone in need that she could. After living a remarkable life which included over 40 years of service and social advocacy, Anne Maria Reeves Jarvis died on May 9, 1905 at the age of 72. But this did not mean the end of her story. Anne Maria's daughter, Anna Marie Jarvis, and yes, I realize how weird the names sound when you hear them one after the other like that, inspired by the amazing life of service that her mother had lived, campaigned for a national holiday to be created to honor both her mother and other mothers for their selfless and committed sacrifices as well as their devotion to social betterment. It took approximately 9 years of effort, but in 1914, President Woodrow Wilson proclaimed Mother's Day to be an official holiday. Well, that's the end of our cultural history lesson for today, but in honor of Mother's Day, I, the terrible guitarist that I am, will now attempt to play a song in honor of not only my own mom, but all moms on this joyous and happy day. The song is called The Perfect Fan, and it was written by American singer Brian Luttrell. If you've never heard of Brian Luttrell, you're probably more familiar with his musical act. He's the lead singer for a very popular boy band called the Backstreet Boys. And this special song off their Millennium album was specifically written to honor the band members' mothers and is probably the most appropriate song I could think to perform on such an occasion. Now, through the magic of editing, watch as my guitar magically appears. This is The Perfect Fan, and I hope you enjoy it.
A lot to know what is love. It's not the big things, but the little things that can make and many years of grace. And it flatters me when I see smile on your face. Wanna thank you for what you've done. Hopes I can give back to you and be the perfect son. You showed me when I was young just how to grow. You showed me everything that I should know. You showed me just how to walk without your hands. 'Cause Mom, you always were the perfect fan. You showed me how to love, and you showed me how to care, and you showed me that you would always be there. Want to thank you for that time, and I'm proud to say that you're mine. You showed me when I was young just how to grow. You showed me everything that I should know. You showed me just how to walk without your hands. 'Cause Mom, you always were the perfect fan. 'Cause Mom, you always were. Mom, you always were. Mom, you always were. You know you always were. 'Cause Mom, you always were the perfect fan. I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.